Good day guys, this is John and you're watching Code at Cuento. So before we actually start with creating the typography design system, we must first understand the three aspects that we must consider when creating a design system for typography. The first one is the font. There must be a defined font for the specific project. What would be the font for the header? What would be the font for the body? Will there be a different font for the quotes? We must understand each elements that will be used and what fonts will be used for it. The second one, after choosing the font, is to define the sizes and the visual hierarchy. So defining how big would be the text for the headers, how big would be or what would be the sizes for the paragraph, and by defining those, we will be able to understand the positioning or the layout or the gaps, the spacings that we need to use in order to make the most of the readability of the text or of the font on each screen sizes. And the third one is the vertical spacing or the line height. So we must understand that it is very important for us to define the gaps between the first and the second line to make most of the readability or the reading experience for the users, especially when we are talking about the body content. With those out of the way, let's start on creating our own actual design system for the typography.
Alright, so here we are. We're checking out Chrome. And yeah, let's begin. So first up, we want to check out ArcheTypeApp.com. So this is a tool or a web app that I recently discovered, which is all about creating typography design system on the web. So yeah, like I've discussed earlier, it has those three aspects already laid out for us. And consider this video as a quick tour of how the app works. So first up, we might want to pick the fonts. So here, they already gave some pairing suggestions, and you want to select your own font. They have this. I think these are all Google fonts, so you can filter it out if you want to. Just serif, just display fonts, just handwriting fonts, all of those fonts, and you can see, even though as I'm just hovering, it changes the font quickly. The preview of it gives you the preview of the font. If you have your own font locally installed, you can use their local fonts here. So say I want to use the font Trahan Pro, and font weight would be normal, font style would be normal, and when I say apply local font, it will use those font on the preview. Cool, right? And say apply and close. So same thing with the body. You can use Google fonts or local fonts. So with that out of the way, let's click done. See how things are progressing. So now we have to define the sizes. Defining the sizes is very important because this is how we are establishing harmonious sizes for the typographic elements, the H1, the H2, the paragraphs, etc. What we want to use here is to define the base font on EMs, on Ms, right? So here we have defined a 1.6, but you can say want to increase them to 1.8 or reduce them to 1.4. And then the scale ratio is how big from that base will the font sizes scale up. Okay, so say 1.4 is equivalent to 14 pixels, right? So 1.25 is the scale ratio. So every time there's something that is above them, the H6, it will scale up by 1.25. So from that, it will scale up to 21.9 to 27.3, 34.2, and so on. We're good with that, and we're done. And then we will proceed to the spacing. So the spacing is referred to as the line height or the vertical spacing. So it is using rems. So it will be a relative ems based on the base font size that we specified here. By default, it is suggesting 3, but again, we can use 4 if you want to, just to have more spacing for us. Okay. Also, you can edit the line height of each element. Cool, right? So if you want to adjust the font size or the font family, or say the line height, letter spacing, bottom margin of each element, say the paragraph, the headings, the H1s, you can do so by just clicking edit element. Okay, so say we want to check out how well did we do this. You can check out the preview. Looks good. Now, if we are using, or if we use the font from Google, and we don't have it locally, we can download the fonts here. And then this is the best part. We can export it as CSS, right? And hand it over to the developers. Or we can export it on Sketch. Cool, right? So you just have to download this plugin and export to Sketch. So yeah, this is a basic overview of how you can create a typography design system. You can also sign up for updates from them.
So then again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something out of it. And yeah, keep on creating, keep on hacking, keep on doing what you love. And I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye!